Hey guys, it's Scott Clark with Scooter Media, and in today's video we're doing something a little different. I'm out here, it's New Year's Day. Happy New Year. It's the first day of 2024, and I thought I'd bring you guys on a little walk today. I'm gonna try and get out more a little bit myself, just try and get in a little bit better shape, and just try and get outside a little bit more. I just feel like I've been stuck in the house. So I thought I'd bring you guys with me. If it's your first time here, normally I'm doing editing or shooting tutorials or product reviews, but today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're just going to go for a little walk, and I'm just going to kind of tell you the story of how I kind of got here and what brought me to YouTube and kind of my filming background. So it's going to be a little bit different today, but thanks for joining. And again, Happy New Year. Before we jump into the whole story, I just want to take a minute to say thank you to each and every one of you. It's been a great year for me on YouTube. I try to be as consistent as I can, but again, I try and run a video production company as well, and that's kind of what pays the bills. So I try to be as consistent as I can on YouTube, but it can be difficult at times. But you guys have been fantastic. It's been a great year for me with views and subscribers and different companies reaching out to me to work together. So again, before we just jump into the whole background story here, I just want to say thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. And I can't wait to give you guys some more content moving forward into 2024. Really looking forward to some new ideas. And I think one of them is going to be trying to get out more like this and kind of talking to you guys and just building a little bit more of a community. I think I've been kind of lacking in that throughout my YouTube journey. If there's one thing I'm not the greatest at, it's the whole social media and communications. So that's one thing I want to try and improve for myself in 2024 is my health and communication with you guys, and just trying to get to know you guys a little bit better and letting you guys get to know me a bit better. I know before I started doing my YouTube channel, I was watching others like Peter McKinnon and Maddie Hapoya and a few others. And one thing I really liked was that they brought you into their house, you got to know them, and you felt like you kind of knew them as a person, even though you had no clue who they were. So that's one thing I'm going to try and do this year. Just kind of try and bring you guys in, show a little bit more of me in my life, and try and get to know you guys as well. So let's jump into the story. I do apologize, like I said at the beginning, I'm not in the greatest shape, so I'm probably going to be breathing heavy. I do apologize, but trying to walk and talk and carry this thing isn't all that easy. And by the way, we're shooting on the R6 with the RF 16mm f2.8 lens, and we're using the DJI RS3 mini gimbal. So I'll take you guys for a tour, tell you the story. Let's get into it. Okay, and I don't want to drag this out too long, so I'll just get right into it. And I'm not going to go way back. I'm just going to kind of start at high school, and which was many moons ago, as you can imagine. But when I was in high school, I did not enjoy school. I did not want to go back to college or university. I just wanted to get out of school as fast as I could. So I did that, and I ended up working at a factory called Kaufman Footwear, and they make shoes, boots, those big Sorel boots. And I worked my way up there very quickly into a lead hand role, and I think I was probably one of the youngest lead hands in the factory at the time. But then after 5 years of working there, it closed. I ended up going to BF Goodrich, which is a tire manufacturer, another factory job, and again worked my way up into doing a whole bunch of different roles there, and did really enjoy it. And after 7 years there, it closed. So after BF Goodrich closed, I decided no more factories. They're all shutting down. We can't keep going to factories and working in these places if they're going to keep closing. So I ended up going back to college as a mature student, and I took a course called Digital Media, and it was an introduction into web design, graphic design, and audio video editing. I'm going to kind of walk like this and give you kind of the view that I'm looking at, but I'll keep talking. But anyways, at the time, I had never seen any kind of Photoshop or video editing software. And again, this is around 2006, 2007. Turn you guys back around and show me again. And I believe I was using in school Adobe Premiere Pro 2.0, if you can believe that. Probably aging myself here. But anyways, I absolutely fell in love with the video editing and really wanted to make that my career after falling in love with it in school. So I really put my heart and soul into my college course, and I did pass on the honor roll, and it was with high distinction as well. You know, I'm gonna go down here and see what's down here. So yes, I was on the honor roll with a high distinction award, and I expected I'm gonna get just basically any video editing job I want now that I got these great marks. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. They actually want somebody that has experience with a portfolio that you can show them examples of your work, which obviously I didn't have. So that put a bit of a wrinkle into my plan. And I literally had to go back to painting houses with a friend of mine who owned a painting business just to make ends meet. And then I applied for a video editing job with a safety construction place and got the job and was basically making construction safety videos. And at the same time, I was putting myself on any kind of social media, and here in Canada we have like Kijiji and kind of like marketing ads that you can put yourself into, and I was getting just one-off jobs doing kids' birthday parties, videotaping that. But anyways, long story short, it was a tough go to try and break into the video industry, at least at my stage in life. But a funny story for you. The next part of my career just happened by chance. My mother's husband is hearing impaired and was involved with the Canadian Hearing Society and asked me if I would come out and cover one of the events for them, which was a flash mob. Don't know if you remember those, where people just get up out of nowhere and start dancing. And this was held at a mall here in town, and everybody got up, and they were hearing impaired. But I was asked to come do this thinking I was the only videographer there, and when I get there, there's a whole crew of a professional videography team. And I'm like, what am I doing here if they're here? But I went over and talked to them and kind of explained my situation. They asked what I was doing there. And I was asked, instead of just shooting the event, to get all the people's reactions. So I did that, and I passed on that video to the company that was there. And that same week, they asked me for a resume. And I would say within a week after that, I started working with them on a part-time basis. And I have to say, I pretty much learned almost everything I know from that team there. So shout out to C2C Productions for everything you guys have done for me. And just so you know, I still do work for them on a freelance basis whenever they need an extra shooter or somebody to help edit or anything like that. Oops. They will contact me and ask me to come out and help with any kind of projects that they need help on. I worked at C2C for quite a few years on a part-time basis, and like I said, learning all the ropes of how to shoot and edit and framing and lighting, you know, and even the business side. When the owners weren't around, I was the only one there answering the phones and doing the odd quote, which really helped me get a business sense that I would not have otherwise had. And from there, they started slowing down a little bit at the time. So I decided I needed to go out and find something else. And we had our first baby on the way. So we had a mortgage and kids and everything else that everybody has to work on and pay for. So I ended up applying a bunch of places, and I ended up getting a job for CTV News here in Canada. And I started out as a shooter, worked as an editor, worked in a place called Feed and Play, worked my way up to supervisor role. And I did like the job, great experience. There's so many different things that I shot and edited that were just amazing. I think the highlight for me has to be shooting Soundgarden, as I'm a huge music guy, so being able to just go in and set up my camera and shoot them anywhere I wanted was an amazing experience. However, The only issue I had with that job is that it's a lot of evenings and weekends. And as I said, I was a new dad and I just was never home. Working every weekend and every evening, and my wife was basically being single mom at home with the kids. So something had to change. So I decided about a year and a half ago to leave CTV and just concentrate on my own business, which I have been doing the whole time as well, more on a part-time basis. But now I'm just relying strictly on my own video production business, as well as doing this YouTube stuff, which I've loved. When I started this YouTube channel, it was many years ago, but it wasn't to actually do any kind of, growing of the channel. It was just to throw up a couple pieces of work I had. And then I got a drone. I started getting into that, so I threw up a few drone videos. But anyways, I think it's gonna be 3 years this August that I've been at least trying to put up videos quite regularly. Okay guys, that's gonna be just about it. I'm gonna start heading back home, but I just wanna take a minute to say thank you once again. It was a great 2023 for me, and I'm really hoping for a wonderful 2024. I hope you guys had a great 2023 and are gonna have a wonderful 2024. Again, if you made it this far, please smash that like button. I really do appreciate it if you do that. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It really does make a difference, and I'd love to have you join me on this YouTube journey. And that's about it, guys. Thanks again. Really do appreciate everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.